I just saved myself around $5,000 on a tenant call. Tenant calls says that there's water leaking from underneath the house. House is on a slab. Contractor says they need to cut in to the concrete, dig everything up, find the leak, repair the leak, re-pour the concrete, put the floors back in. I would estimate around $5,000. Okay, now for you guys that don't know, I'm Ross. I own around 150 rental units, make around $2 million a year in rental revenue. That's not profit. And I flipped around 300 houses. And knowing houses, like I'm about to show you, is what saves me all kinds of money. Now, we're not talking about being a slumlord. We're talking about smart ways to save money. So the video that I'm about to show you is me walking through with the contractor exactly what I want them to do to save myself thousands of dollars. So watch that right now, and then I'll be back to give you a little bit of a... All right, here's the situation. You got a water line that is busted somewhere underneath the house. This is a duplex, right? So you think that it's coming from underneath the laundry room. What I'm asking you is it at the end of the line. Okay, so what I mean by that is, let's just say that the laundry room is right here. Okay. If I were a betting man, I would have to guess that the water line comes in here. Probably got a water line for each unit because there's a meter out front. You could check by 2 meters, but it doesn't really matter. Wherever it comes in, this is probably the end of the line. You know, it would route into the house. It would go to maybe a bathroom, maybe a kitchen, and it would probably peel off that kitchen into the laundry room. I doubt that the laundry room is the first thing on the chain for this water line. Now, if you could figure it out by where the water comes in. I know you can't get underneath it because it's a slab, but you could probably get some pretty good context clues. Okay, so if it was this situation, basically what I'm asking you to do is, instead of having to cut open the concrete slab and see what's underneath there, hoping for the best, and first we would have to pay for a $450 locate to see where the water was leaking. They basically like come in with these, I don't know, they can like hear really well underneath the slab. All right, but anyway, if this is the situation, here's what I would do, is I would go right here, wherever it was reasonable that it would have peeled off from. I would look for all the clues that I could, and I would cut it, okay, right at the end. I would feed the kitchen, but then I would cut it after the kitchen. And then I would give it a couple days. I would see is, the leak still happening. And if it isn't happening, then I know, well, simply I can just run an ugly line. So I've already cut this off, and then I'm gonna find a different route, whatever that might be. Maybe it's up through the, attic space. Maybe it's around the back of the house, underground, I don't know. It could be a really easy run, because cutting into the concrete, that's floors, baseboards are gonna get messed up, walls are gonna get messed up. It's gonna be a humongous mess. It's probably $3,500 to get all that done. By the time it's said and done, might even be more like $5. So if I have the option to get around it somehow, I'm gonna figure that out. So that's basically what I'm telling you to do. And well, good luck. Now you see what we did there, looking for smart options to not have to do the full job. There's like 2 problems that happen with contractors. Number 1 is a sickness, a disease that I call new builderitis. And 2 is just a lack of knowledge. All right. So new builderitis is basically like, these guys can't shop at Home Depot. They got to go to the specialty contractor stores, and there's no other solution to any problem other than tear it all out and start from scratch, because, they don't want to show people that they smartly patch things together, put a smart version, a durable version of duct tape on. And so their only answer is it's got to be brand new. And then the second issue is simply lack of knowledge. And I think that maybe is what happened here. This is a smart contractor, but there are things that you only know with experience. And that's why I'm always pushing you guys to get a little bit of experience, learn the things, because you're able to save yourself money like this by thinking through how the systems work. And quite honestly, a contractor's job isn't to do that for you. It's your job as the owner of the property to know what to look for and ask the right questions. And by the way, these are the kind of questions that I answer in my free, for now, school community. It's linked below if you guys want to join up Ask your questions. I try to answer every question every day, except for on Sundays. And if not, why don't you check out this video, and I'll see you soon.